Today's video is about brushes, and I know a lot of you have a lot of different queries, and especially if you're a beginner, this video is for you. And also, if you are someone who's transitioning from a beginner to a pro, this video is also for you. So keep on watching. As a beginner, you need very few brushes. You don't need to buy like the whole set or anything. I know you get like a lot of makeup brush sets at affordable prices. You can definitely go ahead, but here I'm going to talk about one brush per kit. So in the sense, if you're building a kit and you're picking up one brush at a time, this is all you need as a beginner. And these are two brushes actually. I have three because I wanted to show you an option. So I'm going to do my whole base and my whole makeup using these three brushes and a makeup tool. And that makeup tool, I think a lot of you know, is a makeup sponge. So let's get started. If your eyeshadow palette comes with a brush, mostly those brushes are like this. And these are basically eyeshadow applicators, and they are not the best to get that perfect eye look. So I would suggest you don't use it. This was a brush that came with the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favors a Brave palette. It had a blending side and an applicator side. So if it comes with something like this, it's really good. Otherwise, none of it is of any use. So if you're purchasing an eyeshadow brush, the only thing that you need as a beginner is a blending brush. So it's a fluffy, tapered sort of a brush, and it's going to help you blend and give that seamless eye makeup look. I'll show you how. So first I'm going to take this brush and take a transition shade. So for me, my ideal transition shade is this light brown and this dark brown. Okay, so we're going to start with this light brown. Okay, dust off the excess, and we are going to just place it on the outer corners and shape the crease like that. Now we start light and then we slowly build it up. So like that. Okay, do you see that? It seems very seamless. We're going to continue on the other side. So for the next part, you want to apply a shimmer shade on the lids. Now you can obviously go ahead and add more matte shades, but for this I'm going to keep it very simple and just apply one transition shade and one shimmer shade. So for the shimmer shade, I'm going to go with something like this, sort of goldish brown shade. Now the whole world will try to convince you that you need a separate brush for this, but you don't need it. It's a different thing that, you know, when you become a pro you can include it, but right now as a beginner you don't need it. You can just simply use your fingers. So I'm going to take my ring finger, take the pigment, and guess what, even when people have brushes they use their fingers because fingers give the best pigmentation. So go ahead, use your finger and just apply it like this. First you press and then like get the pigment out. Now we're going to go back to the blending brush, take that color again, like the light brown color again, and blend out the edges of the shimmer eyeshadow. We're going to do the other side. Again, we're going to take, now whichever you're comfortable with, I'm going to take my left hand for the left side, take the pigment and again, you know, keep placing and then dragging it. And that's the eyeshadow 101. We're going to move to the base. Again, for a base you don't particularly need any, you know, specific brush. Yes, there is concealer brush, foundation brush, this that. What you first need is your hands. Okay, so just start with your hands. I'm going to take every base product and show you how you can just use your hands, and the only tool you need after you use your hands is a damp beauty sponge, and I'm going to show you everything. If you have a foundation, you can go ahead and do this exact same thing. That is, use your hands. Okay. So for concealers, I use two concealers. You can use whatever you have. So for the first one, going to just place it here. Okay. And here. That's it. A little bit over here. What I'm going to do is take my fingers and just slowly, little bit, blend it into the skin. Okay. Then I'm going to take the beauty blender and be very precise and blend everything. Beauty blender soaks in the extra product that there is on your skin, as well as it helps blend the product very, very seamlessly. I prefer a good beauty blender over a brush. Okay, now it's time to set the under eye area with loose powder, and that also you can do with a beauty blender. I'll show you how. First, before you pick up your product, take some powder, blend your crease so that no concealer lies in between your crease lines nicely. Then take some product, dust it off in the back of your hand, then just set. And that's it. You have a very seamless blend. Now quickly I'm going to show you another way you can use your eyeshadow blending brush. I'm going to take the same transition brown shade, dust off the excess, and contour my nose. Okay. Do you get that? Look at how sharp my nose looks. Okay, there are three different types of blush brushes that you can go for. I would only suggest you to go for these two if you are purchasing a blush brush instead of this one. This is not really beginner friendly and it's okay, but like not an absolute requirement, especially for someone who's starting off with makeup. I would rather suggest either of the two. Okay, so now this is extremely multi-purpose. So if you are someone who's going to go for contouring and bronzing and blush, then you can go for these three, because this helps to like sit very well on your face and give you that tapered finish. Okay, this on the other hand is, I would say, just only for blush. So if you are someone who only wants to invest in, blush and is more of a blush person and doesn't care about bronzing and contouring, then this is your go-to brush for blush. Okay, and it's great to apply on the apples of your cheeks and then just take it up. So I'm going to go for both these on the two sides. I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to go with this brush and I'm going to first start with bronzer. So this is the bronzer. See how beautifully it does its job. You can like angle it and just gives that nice defined bronzed appearance. The more wider side should be on towards the hairline and the tapered side towards your mouth. So there's more product deposited here than over here. Okay. I have to mention this before I continue. None of my brushes are very brand specific. They are sourced from various regions, various stores, online and offline. And they've been working well for me. I have never particularly invested in very high-end brushes like Real Techniques or I've gotten one, I think this one, as a gift from Real Techniques. Not from Real Techniques, from a friend from the brand Real Techniques. It's just like sourced from various different places. Like I think the first few set of brushes I got were from Vega. Those were like the only affordable brush sets at that point of time. But now there are many and you can get your hands on them. As long as the brushes work and they feel soft and they're not too harsh on your skin, I think it's fine, especially as a beginner. So yeah, let me continue. So I'm going to take this with the same brush, and the idea of me taking the same brush and doing both these is to get that seamless look, so that I don't need something extra to blend my bronzer and the blush. It'll be done with one brush itself. For the other side, I'm going to use this fluffy blush brush. This is not just fluffy, it's also slightly tapered. You also get like these kind of blush brushes. This is from Vega. Then you get these small blush brushes, but I think something like this is good. So I'm going to take the blush, dust off the excess, and just build it up as much as you like. That's how much you need. So either of these two brushes and the blending brush. This is all you need as a beginner. Now to complete this look, I'll just put my eyeliner, mascara and lipstick, so you don't need any more brushes. Now if you are transitioning from a beginner to a pro and you're like, Chandrika, I've already been in the beginner stage, now what are the brushes can I add to make my look stand out more and to be more precise with my look? I'm going to suggest the next few brushes. Also, if you're thinking that, oh, what about highlighter? Do I need a brush for highlighter? You don't need it. You can have it if you want to. Like for this look, if I want to apply highlighter, I'm just going to take my fingers. So this is the powder highlighter. Obviously, liquid with fingers is better, but just take my powder highlighter and just now, if we want to make our look more specific, we can add more brushes. And with more, you can go for as many as you want. Like this is a few of the other brushes that I thought, okay, those are not 100% required. So we're going to just talk about a few of these brushes here. The first thing is a dense brush like this. It's not like the traditional blending brush. It's dense, but it's not very packed. It's still somewhere in between a fluffy blending brush and a very dense tapered brush like say this one. Okay, can you like understand? Okay, so I'm going to take this and intensify the crease area. I'll show you how. Taking the same palette, I'm going to take this dark brown eyeshadow to the tapered brush, and I'm going to place it here on the outer corners. Okay, but this still needs to be blended. Okay, you take as much pigment as you want, then you go back to the blending brush that you had originally started with, take the same pigment and you blend the two colors together. See the difference? There's so much more depth in this. If you want a more seamless blend, then you need another blending brush which does not have the previous two pigments, preferably cleaner than this. But yeah, we're going to take this clean brush and we are going to just blend everything. That will give a more seamless finish. Now this is entirely up to you how much you want to invest in such brushes. Having another blending brush is always handy, especially say you want to try out different colors and this brush already has your other colors, so then you definitely need a different brush. This particularly I'm using right now because I want to do this extra blending. Just blend out the edges. It looks really nice. Oh, I'll tell you another use of this this dense blending brush is that you can use it to do your under eyes. Because of its small surface area, it will do your under eyes really well. I'll show you how. I'm going to take a different color. Wait, you can obviously use the same color, but I'm going to take a different color. I'm going to take something like this bluish green, and I'm going to show you. An alternative to that is this pencil brush, more specific because of its tapered end. Moving on, we have the applicator brush. So this is the brush that you can use for your eyeshadow application. Now obviously you can use your fingers like we did before, but this is more precise. Pick out the pigment, whichever one you want to use. So I had started off with this. I'm going to like take that and like precisely place it on my lid. Also going to use the same brush and pick out a different color like this green. Place it in my inner corners. See that? The last brush that I feel that everyone should have in their eye makeup kit is an angled flat brush. It's great for that precise winged eyeliner, and also you can use it to smudge your kajal, and also you can use it for your eyebrows. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to take this dark brown shade and mix it with a black shade together and just fill in the spaces that I feel needs filling. Do it. This is how you specifically learn, and then you can invest in an eyebrow product. Now coming to my eyes, the last thing that I'm going to do is take the black eyeshadow and do a wing. On top of this, I'm going to just draw the winged eyeliner with a liquid eyeliner. Lastly, two brushes that I want to talk about is this one. So this is a flat brush which you can use for your foundation, concealer. I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to take it directly. I'm just going to place some here, some here. Okay, and just I think you can go ahead and purchase this if you are not a beauty blender person. The difference between this and a beauty blender is that this will deposit more product and take away less product, whereas a beauty blender will, take away and absorb more product. So it depends on what you want. For me, I personally think a beauty blender gives a more seamless finish compared to this. Before I finish the look, one brush that I have always loved is a fan brush. I think it's a very unique brush and is best for your highlighters, and I'm going to show you. Take your highlighter, powder highlighter, and you take the brush, take product, and just place it like that. It's good for the brow bone. That was the end of the video. I hope you liked this look, and I hope you have enjoyed all the information that you got from this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment what you thought of the video. Bye.